Welcome here to Talk FCB and welcome to the final game of 2020 for Barcelona. It has been an extremely turbulent year, both on and off the field. But hopefully here, at home against Eibar, we can end the year with a positive feel and try and work our way back towards the top of the league. Everything you need to know and all that's to come, coming right up for you. So let's get to it. Kickoff will be coming to us at the slightly earlier evening kickoff time of 7:15 local time, live there from the Camp Nou for the final time, like I say, in 2020. And of course, guys, make sure you're catching the game wherever you are in the world. I hope that we're going to enjoy this one, and you can join me live right there on the Flick Chat. I really enjoyed the Q&A that I did just a few days ago. So many of you guys getting involved over there on the Flick Chat. And of course, get your predictions in now. The final game before the end of the month. And I want to start here by looking at the La Liga table, because I think it's very, very significant again going into this round of matches to see exactly where we lie in the league. Because as you can see, Real and Atletico there are very much at the top. They're on 32 points apiece, but you'll see that Atletico have 2 games in hand on Real Madrid. And you can see there Barça, we are still currently outside of the top 4 in 5th place right now on 24 points. But it's very, very interesting given those around us like Villarreal, like Sevilla, they're coming up against each other, which should provide opportunities if we can win. Because, indeed, the game before us on that Tuesday evening will be between 6th place Sevilla and 4th place Villarreal, live there from the Ramon Sanchez Pizjuan, which means that if Sevilla beat Villarreal and Barça beat Eibar, we could move temporarily into 3rd place in the league. On Wednesday, Atletico will be facing up there at home against Getafe, which also won't be an easy game there for Atletico, who are looking so strong in the league so far. Real Madrid also on Wednesday will face a trip to newly promoted Elche, which means there that Barça will be playing a day before both Madrid clubs. And on Thursday, it's the Basque Derby, always a good game, Athletic Club facing up against Real Sociedad. But first, if we do take a look at our opponents before we do move on to what Koeman might do, the formation that he might deploy, and also the absence of Lionel Messi, because Eibar in this game, they are looking there like they're having a difficult season so far in terms of their league position. They are lurking dangerously above the relegation zone, only 1 point there above our previous opponents, Real Valladolid. They're also on a 4-game winless run in La Liga, losing both of their last 2 games, which does include their recent meeting against Real Madrid. But I honestly don't think here the points tally for Eibar, all of the different stats, I don't think it truly tells the story. This season, they haven't been that bad, because I think if you look at that game against Real Madrid just a few weeks ago, that 3-1 there, it doesn't tell the story. Eibar were very much in that game. It was so even between the two sides. And of course, that Sergio Ramos handball, which wasn't given as a penalty, with the score at 2-1, that was a game-changing moment, and it could have been very different for them. And certainly there in terms of their defensive record, they are going to be tough to break down. Only Atletico and Real Sociedad have more clean sheets than Eibar this season. And I think this is a game here we can't afford to write off, especially without Messi. We're going to need to be ready, and they are going to be an awkward team. What I will also say as well, it is going to be a test again for our centre-backs, because certainly Eibar are a team who play direct. They are going to go long ball there. We are going to be in a physical encounter, and certainly there, when you look at the long balls, only behind Eibar and Real Madrid this season for the most accurate long balls per game. And that's going to mean, certainly in terms of aerial battles, set pieces, all of that kind of stuff, our defenders, they are going to need again to be ready. And speaking indeed about our centre-backs, that is one of the big questions coming into this game. Given how well we played against Valladolid, given the fact that not only was it a good result, but also a very good performance, the question would be, should Ronald Koeman stick with that 3 at the back? The 3 centre-backs that we saw, the full-backs pushing on, should he play that again? And it's a big question, because I personally would say here, you know what? Why not? If Dembele maybe is not quite ready to start this game, we're still not blessed with wingers at Barca right now in terms of players who are fit and can play. And I think this is another great chance to just see what it can do. Because I think here, if we don't play again with that formation, we've lost an opportunity. We can learn so much here. It's a nice game to play it in. We can then see further what works, what doesn't, which will help us as well when you look into the future. And if I was Koeman here, I'd certainly think again about using the three at the back. But of course, like I say, one of the other big dilemmas coming into this game for Ronald Koeman, it is going to be the absence of Lionel Messi, who will miss this game and this game only. He's basically there having a few extra days of holiday, and he's going to return, no doubt about it, after this Eibar game. But the question is, who replaces him in this team? And I think, to be honest, there's only two real candidates there to step into the lineup that we saw against Valladolid, for instance, and it's between there, Philippe Coutinho and Antoine Griezmann. Two players, two big names, two big signings, who I think without Messi have a big opportunity here to come into the team, take on that responsibility and put in a good performance. But the question would be, which one would you choose? Or will Koeman go for both? Because, personally, if it was up to me, like I say, I would trial a bit more this three at the back system if Dembele isn't quite ready there to play from the start. He may be, and if he does, that's absolutely fine. I'm really looking forward to seeing him. But if he isn't, why not try it here and learn a bit more about this formation? And I think everybody who played against Valladolid, they did well. So why not reward them here again with a consistent team, the likes of De Jong, Pjanic, they were a good partnership there, Braithwaite up front, of course Pedri there in just behind. But the question is, who plays alongside them? Who comes in for the injured Lionel Messi? And for me, it would have to be Antoine Griezmann. I think he is tailor-made to play that Messi role. I think the biggest problem with Griezmann at times is that he's too similar to Messi, so play him now in his absence alongside Pedri here, and I think actually he could slot in very, very seamlessly. You've still got your natural number 9 in Braithwaite, you've still got Pedri there floating around, getting in between the lines, then you've got Griezmann who can go between the two roles and do exactly what Messi does like to do in terms of his positioning, and I think that's a very good team. Again, very balanced, very good, and I'd be very excited to see that lineup in a game like this. But is that what Koeman's going to do? Personally, I think probably not. Because in my mind, Ronald Koeman there is very, very likely to do something like this and revert back to his 4-2-3-1 formation. I could certainly imagine Sergio Busquets there returning in place of Pjanic. I wouldn't necessarily agree with that because I think Pjanic was so good against Valladolid and he doesn't deserve to be dropped. I think Longley here is likely to start alongside Araujo, but the real problem would be if we lined up like this. Coutinho, Griezmann, I think Koeman there could elect to play both of them against Eibar, and that for me wouldn't really be the right choice. I think it's not as bad as playing Coutinho, Messi and Griezmann, but I still think it would be a concern there and you would be lacking width, and especially here given the fact that you wouldn't have that protection the three at the back gave us, and the fullbacks wouldn't have as much licence to go forward as they did in the last game. And I just think there, Koeman, he has to pick one or the other, Coutinho or Griezmann. One of those can replace Messi and we can then continue where we left off in a very good game that it was against Valladolid. But of course, that brings us on now to your predictions. And I have to say, guys, so many of you getting involved there over on my community section. I honestly can't remember ever seeing that amount of votes. And certainly, you guys are really confident. Barça winning by 3+ goals, even without Messi. You guys are still very, very confident in this one. Very few people there opting for Eibar to win and also for a draw. And I am also confident too. I think Barça here can continue the good things that we started against Valladolid. It depends, of course, on the team selection from Ronald Koeman, but I think certainly here, Barça are going to win, and we're going to win very, very well. I'm going Barça 4, Eibar 1. Let's go big, and let's end the year in a really positive way. So please do leave your predictions in the comments down below, guys. What are you expecting from this game? And what sort of team lineup and formation are you expecting Ronald Koeman to go with against Eibar? Let me know all of those thoughts down below. Don't forget to check out over on MORETALKFCB Ronald Koeman's words ahead of this game, where of course he reacted to the big video from last night. Messi spoke and we all listened. And it was absolutely brilliant. Thanks for watching, guys, and thank you for your support. I'll see you tomorrow for the match review. But until next time, as always, Visca el Barça.